What's up, all my Ewoks, Tribbles, Droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and today I'm going to be talking about some stuff that's going down in the world, because Keanu Reeves, like you can see right here, he's a lovely human being. He's well known in Hollywood, especially right now. His career has been, just an exciting whirlwind of all the stuff that he's done in his life. And I mean, I felt like Keanu Reeves was beloved by everyone, but apparently not. Apparently some assholes out there thought, hey, Keanu Reeves is doing something during COVID and being productive and creative. Let's bitch about it. So there's a bunch of crazy people REEEing on Twitter. So what this all started with was Keanu Reeves decided he was going to work with some comic book professionals and do like a comic book graphic novel series about this character. It's called BRZRKR, and let's just go through. So he did it on Kickstarter, which was kind of controversial, and we will get into that. But so it's basically about this character that's half god and is, driven to violence, and there's going to be action and gore and fighting, and it's kind of like what's right up Keanu Reeves' alley right now. And so this is obviously becoming a very successful campaign. Look, as of right now, $488,908. So it is pretty successful. Now there are a few issues with this campaign, which we will talk about a little bit later. But let's go over to this article from Bounding into Comics. So Kickstarter campaign for Keanu Reeves, BRZRKR under fire from industry professionals. That's right, the blue check marks on Twitter are reeing. They're reeing. They're going freaking crazy. So let's read this. The recent announcement of Kickstarter campaign from Boom Studios and actor Keanu Reeves' new comic series BRZRKR has sparked an outcry among some comic book professionals. Exactly. They're reeing. They're reeing on Twitter. All the blue check marks are reeing. Keanu Reeves is doing something. Reeing. He didn't get our approval. Reeing. That's all they're doing. They believe the use of crowdfunding platform is both detrimental to the health of the industry and insulting to creators. How is it insulting? Him and two other creators are almost at 500 grand, are almost at $500,000. How is that insulting? If anything, it's proving that people are paying for what they want, and it's, direct to consumer. A lot of other industries have moved that way. Apparently, they're late to the party if they don't understand that this is the way that the industry is moving, especially with all of those layoffs from DC. Now let's get into this a bit. Described as brutally violent new series about immortal warriors fighting through the ages, Boom Studios and Reeves announced the Kickstarter for BRZRKR, the first comic book and graphic novel series from the iconic Keanu Reeves. On September 1st, the man known only as BRZRKR is half mortal and half god. See, I was right there. Cursed and compelled to violence, even at the sacrifice of his sanity, reads the series Kickstarter page. But after wandering the world for centuries, BRZRKR may have finally found a refuge, working for the U.S. government and fighting battles too violent and too dangerous for anyone else. In exchange, BRZRKR will be granted one thing he desires: the truth about his endless blood-soaked existence and how to end it. So this basically sounds like a Keanu Reeves movie, but in the form of a comic book. And I mean, I feel like I could picture him doing this in a movie. And also, I don't think, are they not aware that he is not the first celebrity to do this? Again, we'll get into that a little bit later. Alongside Reeves, the series production team will include Matt, it's all cut up. Manwar, artist Ron Garney, The Amazing Spider-Man, Uncanny X-Force, colorist Bill, the letter Clem. Also writing for the Kickstarter campaign has raised, okay, we already passed that, original goal of $50,000. However, in light of book's crowdfunding success, and members of the comic book industry have taken issue with Boom Studios' decision to use the Kickstarter platform for the series, particularly due to Studios' alleged history of underpaying its employees. I guarantee you they don't give two shits about that. They're reeing because they don't want people to do crowdfunding because it's associated with another group that is outselling all of the head comic book, big shots. Gail Gallion, who the fuck is this person? Best known for graphic novel adaptations of The Babysitter's Club. Oh yeah, because I totally read those, because people totally care about that. Found herself absolutely crackling at the idea of a major comic book pub, which has deals with Netflix and Universal, hopping onto Kickstarter to fund their Keanu Reeves written comic book. Why? What's the problem? What is the problem with them doing crowdfunding? It has nothing to do with you and your Babysitters Club. Also, okay, you say that she is best known for her graphic novel adaptations. She can't even write a sentence correctly. I's are capitalized. You're telling me that this person adapted the Babysitters Club into graphic novels and they're not even writing right? What? The second I see this kind of stuff and it's from an adult and not a child, I immediately, it's just like, all right, everything you say, it's, you know, I don't take it with a grain of salt. I just don't take it seriously. Okay, let's do this. I do need you to know that I am absolutely crackling at the idea of a major comic book pub which deals with Netflix and Universal hopping on a Kickstarter to fund their Keanu Reeves written comic book. And she doesn't even capitalize the next sentence. For some reason, page rate increases aren't in the stretch goals. Weird. Oh my god, get off your high horse. Giant Days inker Liz Fleming stated she was so furious about the campaign she claimed Boom Studios paid her a rate of $20 per inked page during her run in the series, and now they don't even want to pay her for her own productions. Oh, sure. Show the receipts then. If you're going to make accusations like that, show the receipts. Well, with Boom doing a damn Kickstarter, like, oh, has an apostrophe there, they're not a massive company with huge pre-existing following and Netflix deals. It's a great time to remind everyone I was paid, you didn't even spell I right, well, you didn't capitalize it, I was paid $20 US per inked page during my run on Giant Days. 20! Well, guess what, Liz? You didn't have to do it. You could have passed on that job. Guess what? When somebody presents you with a job and you're an artist, and I'm assuming you're a contracted artist for hire, and they say, hey, we want you to do inks for this comic book. This is the rate that we are going to pay you. You are going to say one of two answers. Yes, I accept that, or no, that's too low. You obviously accepted the $20, so they're not at fault for you, you know, sliding yourself in that. All right, oh my gosh, she's going. I am so furious. 4 years I spent doing everything you can imagine under the sun, comics-wise, for a company, making raisins. I got raisins. Making raisins, and now they don't even want to pay for their own publications? The calculation? I'm disgusted. Whee! Okay, again, you didn't have to work there for 4 years. You said yes to the job and to the pay rate. You don't have to. If anyone, it doesn't have anything to do with art, but if you go, like, for a job at McDonald's, they tell you right up front, this is how much you're going to get paid per hour. If you want to accept the job, you say yes, you sign the contract. It's a little bit different for, you know, when it's freelance work and stuff like that, because contracts are different. You're not like a in-house employee, and that's just a little bit different, but they will always tell you up front, you are not going to be working for free unless you are volunteering. You accepted that pay rate. You accepted whatever else came with it, as far as if you are going to get royalties for what you did or you are not. They presented it with you and you accepted it. You have no one to blame but yourself if you're going to complain about the amount that you got paid or didn't. Let me actually zoom in here so you guys can see a bit better. Former She-Ra and Princess of Power animator Kate Farina, that's a nice name, asked, how is using a platform meant for people to kickstart projects they can't afford okay for a company who admits they don't need money? Let's read this. I don't know about y'all, but I would really like an answer here. How is using a platform meant for people to kickstart projects they can't afford okay for a company who admits they don't need money? I can only assume it's to pay their artists living wages in the future. Again, if artists aren't getting paid enough, they are the ones that are accepting that amount. They are the ones that company present. They're not going to overshoot it. They're going to say, this is what the base part of what we are willing to pay, and you can either accept that, or you can try to bargain with them to get them to go higher, or you say no. So if they aren't getting paid enough, it's their own goddamn fault, because they agreed to that pay rate, and they didn't fight for, you know, a higher pay rate, which you can do. But apparently these people don't understand that. This is why it's hard to take these people seriously, because they're adults, but they're speaking like uneducated children. She would go further to say $350K in one day for a project they knew would succeed and didn't need the money for was disrespectful. Okay, let's get into this. Yeah, you ain't helping anyone by bringing on diverse creators for the clout and bringing them to Ash, and frankly, I think we're all pretty exhausted by it. 350K in one day for a project they knew would succeed and didn't need money for. Oh my god, I just can't even finish this. These people are ridiculous. Oh my god, there's another one. I'm just so heartbroken by my experience in the comic industry. And that's 100% because of they censored Boom, really? What is wrong with these people? I'm extremely lucky I managed to jump ship into animation. Otherwise, I might still be trapped in a tenement apartment cracking out 22 pages in 2 weeks for maybe $1,000. Ah! Again, you accepted that pay rate. What do people not understand the way real life works? Well, I shouldn't even ask that. They don't. They really do not understand how real life works. Surprisingly, in an interview with comicbook.com, Boom Studios founder and CEO Ross Ritchie claimed that the point of Kickstarter was not to raise funds, as the publisher has got the money for it, but rather to take advantage of the untapped audience it can reach. Good idea. And also, it's not against the law for companies to try different platforms for revenue. That's like complaining because somebody has a radio commercial and then they put a commercial on TV and it's like, that's not fair for other people that were already advertising on TV first. It's like, why wouldn't you want your product to be seen on as many platforms as possible so that way you can reach the widest audience as possible? It makes sense to anyone with a fucking brain, but that's the problem with these people on Twitter is they don't have one. Let's see. And the thing that Kickstarter has is a one-click. People have heard of it, so I don't have to teach you what it is. And it's one click, explained Ritchie, who sees the kickstarting of the 3 volumes as a complete story as a way to prevent reader drop-off. Well, that's a good idea. And why you want to do that with a newbie is people sell a movie to you, and that's the whole thing. You don't get halfway through and stop it and go home or go back to the box office and pay another ticket to get the rest, said Ritchie. With the use of Kickstarter, Ritchie noted the readers would be given the ability to click once on it and I can see it and forget it, and then it just comes to my door. Yeah, that is true. Fans can back BRZRKR until September 1st. The series will also be available through the direct market and retail comic book shops at a later date. Okay, so here's the thing that I have issue with the Kickstarter and with what's going on with the campaign and the actual shipping things. So this is actually a little clip. I'm gonna play everyone. I'm going to play everyone this little clip. So this was from a live stream that I was on. As you can see, I'm right there. A live stream the other night on John Malin's channel. Now, if you're not subscribed to John Malin, I would highly recommend doing so. He is very close to 10,000, so let's get him there. But John is very experienced. You know, he shipped out his own books. He's done his own crowdfunding campaigns with Graveyard Shift. Now, with this, he's going to explain the issue that I have with the way that they are doing shipping. So I'm going to play this for you guys.
Look at the books that Keanu Reeves and Ron Garney are making here. They're like 3 big hardcover books. It's expensive. And they're shipping. They show their shipping prices that are just from out of this world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you scroll down.
What? Did you guys know this about this campaign? It's actually, this campaign's got some fuckery to it.
What?
Yeah. You're buying.
I'm listening.
You're buying this book, but you're not getting this book for a long time.
How
what
long?
You're doing is you're pre-buying the trade paperbacks. So you're paying for these trade paperbacks, but these won't be coming to you till like 2021, 2022. As they're released, what they're going to do is they're going to separate these, I think, into like 3 issues. They will release them to comic shops first. Once all 3 have been done and they collect it into a trade, then they will send the backer 1 trade. Then they'll do the next one. This will be broken down into 3 issues. They'll send them out to comic shops. Then after these 3 are done, they'll send you 1 trade. And then they'll do that again with the 3rd one. So all you're doing is you're buying for the trade to come much further down the road. You're not actually paying to get this stuff first. You're going to be last. It's Red Rooster all over again.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
I don't think, do people understand that? Look at the shipping.
No, they don't understand it.
I love
Fuck, dude.
I love their shipping prices. Boom.
$139 to ship to Australia. $200 to ship to Eastern Europe.
My love for
Look
you
at
is like a truck.
But look, Ethan,
BRZRKR.
it's 3 shipments of 1 book. So this is actually 3 payments.
I see.
So just so everyone knows, that's how it's all getting broken down to. But God damn, 165. It just looks like a lot when you're looking at it all up front.
So there was the little breakdown about the pricing and then the way that it's going to be released from John. If you have not subscribed to John Malin yet, go subscribe to his channel. The link is in the description of this video. He has a lot of experience doing this kind of stuff. He's had a few Indiegogo projects, and he has done all of the shipping and, you know, all of that himself. So he knows what he's talking about, and if you want more information like that, I would highly recommend going and subbing to John's channel. And that was all from a stream that we did the other night, so it was on John's channel. It was me, Cecil, Ethan, and we kind of talked about this and a few other things. Now, I don't like the way that they are doing that for this Kickstarter, but all of the information is there right up front. So as long as you read what is on the campaign, you will know what you're in for. That's where John got the information. That's where anyone reading this can get the information. And obviously, it's doing pretty well, and people don't have too much of a problem with that because it's almost at $500,000. It's gone up since the start of this video. So, you know, people are excited about it. Obviously, Keanu Reeves is excited about it. All those people reading are because they have no one to blame but themselves, complaining because a studio didn't pay them enough. Again, you didn't have to say yes to the job. If you don't want to, if they actually were paying you $20 per page, you could always say, no, that's not enough. You can negotiate the pricing. And if you really don't, or you're outraged by that pricing, then don't take the job. There's always another job. If you don't like that, it's like when somebody goes and gets a job at McDonald's, they tell you right off the bat, this is the minimum wage, this is what we are going to pay you. Do you want a job or not? And they'll say yes or no. So they agreed to that pricing. They obviously did the work for that pricing. If they wanted more, they could have negotiated, or they could have said no. But they didn't. So if you're going to complain, you have no one to blame but yourself. To all those people that are reading, let this little like beacon of hope and light that comes out of Hollywood just... He's so happy. He's doing something that's creative. He's supporting the arts. He's telling this story. Let him do that. He has every right to do that. And you complaining because you got $20 on a comic book, that's your own damn fault. He's doing this. It's obviously making him happy, and obviously people are happy about it. So everyone that's complaining, you know what, people just complain to complain at this point. People are going to be like, oh, woe is me, when it's your own damn fault. And he's not the first celebrity to do this. Sylvester Stallone did it with your boy Zach, and they did over on Indiegogo. Expendables, go to hell. This is not the first time a celebrity has done this. And I really like the fact that there are, you know, people, you know, A-list actors like this that see what's going on, and they see, you know, comics for the art form that it is, and that they want to further, you know, tell stories through that. And I like that, and, you know, I very much admire what they are doing. So everyone, if you like this video, let me know what you think in the comments about the crazy people that are reading over somebody else's success. I think it's... I think I've said everything that I feel about that. And, yeah, so if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, thank you so much. It's okay. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. And until next time, everyone, have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and may the force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye, everyone.
What's up, everyone? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and I have an Etsy store, so if you've ever wanted to own a print of my artwork, this is the place to go. As you can see, I have a lot of recognizable characters, from horror films to heroes to Star Wars characters. Some of the notable characters I have on here are Darth Vader, which I did a couple live streams painting, so you can own a print of this painting. I also have Luke Skywalker, the Binary Sunset version, one of my favorite favorite scenes in the original New Hope movie. I have Darth Maul, which Ray Parks himself actually complimented me on Instagram. And then last but certainly not least, Ahsoka Tano. So if you want to own any of these prints, go right on over to my Etsy store. Again, that's The Art of Anna, That Star Wars Girl, or TSWG for short. Thank you everyone and have a great rest of your day. What's up everyone? I have a P.O. box, so if you want to send me some mail, go ahead and send it to Anna, That Star Wars Girl, or TSWG for short, at P.O. Box number 28171, Santa Ana, California, 927998171. Have a great day everyone. Thank you so much.